Okay, the reason, before I even start this video, the reason why the ship's called Wave Rider is because Wave Rider is dead. Or the body of Wave Rider is dead, and the thing called Wave Rider, the energy, still around. Okay, we good, we good. Okay. Hi, everybody. Now, here's the thing. I didn't want to do this part of the video. I didn't want to do it as its own video at all. But, um, my other what is DC going to bring back for Punter video? Only got like 10 clicks. And I know I said that's fine, but yeah, 10. I don't know. That didn't sit right with me. Um, we're doing this week instead of reviewing my books, which now include Shazam, the end of Shazam, not not the whole series. Um, Spawn Universe, and I'm sure I have like at least a couple more, but I can't get to them right now. They 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 painted my room. It looks lovely, but that's where my books are, and I can't get to them. So you're all gonna have to deal with just another theory on, or a connecting video to my previous video on um the TV show universe, which you I made clear how I feel about the TV show universe. I think. I mean, I don't hate it, but yeah, I don't. I understand why it's necessary because you need to introduce people to the characters that way. But um, so anyway, my the idea that I'm about to drop on you is okay. All my stuff about the monitor still stands. Them, them fighting him before the TV for Legends of Tomorrow even starts. Before any of that. But this time, it's not the monitor. Even though they've said they're doing that video, I mean that book, but they're gonna switch him out for a Despero, which belonged to the Time Stealers. I didn't remember in the last video. The group of evil time travelers in Booster Gold. But anyway, it really doesn't matter if they bring in that group. It would be cool to see. It would fit in with my part of the theory that says that um, Rip Hunter's still alive, but doing the first 8 issues of Booster Gold, 8 or 9, the Black Beetle arc, where they first introduced the Black Beetle. I couldn't remember. I can't remember if it's the first 8 or 9 issues, but they like introduced the Black Beetle, and he is like the main villain throughout that book. But yeah, um, I feel that Rip Hunter is still bopping around in the DC universe somewhere. That he got shoved back in time because um of the explosion. I mean, one thing you could do to disprove my theory: why'd he name the ship Wave Rider? Why not name it Larry Lee or Bonnie Baxter or just the Baxter? Something like that. Um, and like I said in my previous video, the whole reason Rapunner's ship is still running, or was still running, and the fact I'll get to why I think it's not running any longer. Um, real soon. The the fact it was still running was because he allows it to run. They said they said in the previous Legends of Tomorrow that he told them he allows it to run. None of those people are smart enough to run the ship. Not even Mick, and he's smart. They can pretend like he's dumb all they want, but he's actually a very smart character. Um yeah. Why I think it's not running any longer, simply because they're getting close to the villain that he's fighting before the show. They're getting close to Monarch or Despero or John Jones's evil mind, whoever they choose it to be. You know, um, if you haven't heard, they are doing Armageddon to Armageddon. They're not calling it 2001, but they are indeed doing Armageddon, and that means the next one they're gonna do is either Crisis in Time or Infinite Crisis. If they're gonna keep up with, okay, this book goes here, that book goes there, that sort of thing. I don't I don't know if they will. I'm not willing to take a guess there. Just because John Constantine looks dead doesn't mean he is. But it doesn't mean John Constantine isn't one of those characters I really care about. But they gave him plenty of adventures in the Walmart comics that he has a nice window of being alive. But he doesn't really affect the theory of how, if they're going to break, how Rip Hunter's going to come back at all. Um, I could see them making the new making Spooner like Wave Rider or whatever. But again, does it really affect Rip coming back? No, not really. Wave Rider's been a lady before, will be a lady again, and it doesn't will will continue to be a lady long after this, long after the DC universe, the 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 TV show universe has died. Does it really affect Rip Hunter coming back? No. If they brought in Booster Gold, that would affect it. If they brought in, if they answered simple questions like why and how the ship is still running, or why they stopped, yeah, that would affect it. Or why they named the ship Wave Rider. Yeah, again, they they could have ruined my theory by saying Ava was Monarch, but they didn't. Um, Instead, they're making Despero the main villain, and they're bringing back Oliver Queen's future daughter for some reason. They're gonna say she's part of the Armageddon. They're gonna say that those are the only remaining heroes. That's what they're gonna say. They're gonna say that those really thirsty are the only remaining heroes. Black Lightning and all that stuff. Why I think they're gonna introduce it through Rip Hunter. Rip Hunter is the only professional, good time instant time. The linear man. I did it again. Um, Time Master. There you go. That we even know of in the show. I mean, by the point the show picks up, the time the time masters are all already corrupt, and they didn't start out that way. They start out as a good organization started by Booster Gold. That's how it starts out. It doesn't start out as, oh, it's always been corrupt, it'll always be corrupt. No. Um, anyway. But that's neither here nor there. Why I think that they'd be smart to bring in Black Beetle, and I thought they were gonna fish it in the Walmart in that universe. He obviously knows something about Rip Hunter, you know. Yeah. He obviously knows like who his mother is or whatever. And before I forget again, the reason that they in the Legends of Tomorrow show tried to wipe all the, all of the Time Master's memories in that show. Um, takes they take him to that time daycare is because um they wanted Rip to forget about Monarch. Like, I did it again. Despero, I guess. The guy behind the Armageddon, they wanted Rip to forget that because whatever happens ends up being traumatizing for him. I don't know what they're gonna say that was, but yeah, that's why. I mean, why else would they deny Booster Gold's existence? I don't know. Um, it really throws me that they're not doing Monarch, but they're calling it Armageddon at all. I mean, why? I don't know. But I keep referring to the villain as Monarch. But yeah, it doesn't matter. The villain is who whoever creates the new future timeline or whatever. And that person is what Rip was fighting against before he discovered that Vandal Savage was truly evil. And he's gonna be all like, I don't know you. Do I still think that Rip could be controlled by Dominus and come back that way? Absolutely. Absolutely. There could be two Rips at any given time. They've never broken the habit of referencing him, and I'm not going to start now. Time to look over the video and see if it makes any sense. Bob out. Bob out.